You can get a hat modeling gig. Check it out. You're the best. All right, enough of that. So I've been on a couple lives, somewhere between 5 and 6, and they've kind of been just expressing myself, not really any educational information. Um, I think it's probably sprinkled in there for sure, without a doubt. But I want to make this life super insightful, educational, if you will. Just because that it hasn't been that lately, and this account is somewhere where I want people to come and feel like they got something out of it. Aside from just entertainment, I think depending on who I am, who I'm with, and what kind of skating I do, it's gonna serve as entertainment. But more than anything, I think the way I'm envisioning this YouTube channel, it's gonna be more educational, more coaching based. Um, and so just to start it off, I've been talking a lot about, maintenance over, recovery. So much easier to be proactive in things that you want instead of being reactive for every opportunity, because you're not supposed to start getting ready for an opportunity or things that show up as they show up. You're supposed to be ready so you don't have to get ready. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of corny, but it's very true. And this goes for anything, and in this case, it's learning skateboarding. Um, so the question is, how do you stay proactive on the skateboard? You know, um, what do you do at the skate park? What do you do at home? How do you maintain your health, your mental state? And those are all things that I kind of want to just dive into, very briefly here in this live, maybe, because I think it's only going to be like 30 minutes, but I want to dive deep in there throughout the videos. I want to be asked questions, have a conversation around that, and basically, incorporate it into my Instagrams and any other platform I might build from here on. I have a platform I'm building. Um, it's in the works. I don't know how to navigate the platform too much, but it's called Skate Set. And yeah, I just want to have an ongoing discussion, you know, help whoever gets on, and pretty much go from there. So yeah, maintenance over recovery. It's just the idea that it's better for you to drink little water throughout the session instead of drinking the whole water bottle at the end of the session. Um, it also has to do with the idea that, instead of trying to progress super fast and go ahead of yourself, do high risk things, you want to gradually build a strong foundation. You want to make sure that you have your foundations, that whether that's pushing, whoops, whether that's pushing, olling, popping, manuals, turning, and we can even think about foundational ability of your body. Are you comfortable going front side to back side on over both your right and left side? Um, do you have good coordination? What are some things off the board that's gonna help you feel comfortable on the board? Is that knowing how to breathe? Is that knowing how to work out to supplement the skating? Is that um, making sure that you have you've set aside time where you can skate. A lot of times people say they don't have time, but the truth is we're not making time, because that's even true for me. um, there's a lot of time we spend on our phones. There's a lot of time I spend on my phone that I could be skating. It's just about knowing how to delegate that time and making sure that we make the most of it, because I know sometimes you go to the skate park and you don't feel like you want to skate, and that's okay. The Through experience, I'll tell you that you can skate 5 minutes, someone comes and it really energizes you, or you can skate 10 minutes, nobody comes, but you just got hyped because you you figured something out, and then that motivates you for the next hour. Regardless, you have to start somewhere, and don't let yourself stay at a plateau or even just go down, because at the end of the day, it's about progression. Skateboarding isn't the only thing you can progress in, but it's a tool where you can, you know, seek parallels to things outside of skateboarding, and then practice the progression and what it looks like on the board. It's a fun way. It's a fun hands-on in a way, or feet-on learning experience. So yeah, that's what gets me hyped about coaching skateboarding, is that there's always ways to improve a mindset on the board that is going to help you be a better skater. Forget the fact that there's a talent or level that you'll never get to, or you probably will, but you'll never know if you don't try. So the only person you're in competition with when you're on that board is yourself. Even if you enter the competition, you can't consider what others are gonna do, to 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 be reactive to that. You have to just be prepared for whatever situation you come across. Be prepared with your own bag of tricks, with your own tools. Make sure that you are expressing yourself in the most authentic way. And a great way to practice that is skateboarding. It's how you choose to do lines. It's how you choose to push on the board. It's how you choose to even pick out your setup. So all those are experiences that we can we can effectively and efficiently, I'll say efficiently, make the most of it. We got to think about the half cup full instead of the half cup empty. If you have a crappy board, you can still do things with a crappy board. You got to look at what you can do instead of you have a crappy board, so you can't do the things you want. It's another good lesson skating teaches. Wow, this coffee is horrible, and I did it myself. I think it's horrible, man. It's awful. Sorry, I need to recover from that. Oh no, that was bad. Wow, you really need to know how to make coffee to have it taste good. I'm recovering from that. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I want it to be super information. Not super, but just make sure I'm providing information that's going to help you become a better skateboarder. I'm not too focused on trick tips. One, I don't have really. I haven't figured out a way to consistently be putting out trick tips, but I also think that a conversation that, or a hole I can fill within skateboarding, is really talking about how your body should feel before you think about your foot placement. We focus too much on the foot placement of things, and we don't really understand that, or at least the topic isn't that it's all integrated. The way your wrist can extend outward, like if you point the thumb and it points to the side, that affects the way you're going to flick or the way you're going to turn if you're in the air for even a second longer. Where your weight needs to sit when you're popping. All these different things when it comes down to weight distribution and biomechanics. That's what really interests me, and that's where I feel I can provide so much value, and I think that I'm gonna be just getting better at doing so on these lives, on the videos, even on my coaching account. I have a personal account, but that one is just like my skating, I guess you would say. I've been skateboarding for 15 years, probably more if I really count it. And I feel I've learned a lot. I've actually gotten a lot out of skateboarding, and I just want to share that in the best way that I can, and also improve the ways I share it. So for now, it's really just one-on-one coaching. I did start online coaching, so if you're interested in that, just make sure that you feel free to send me a DM. I'm not sure if you can send messages on YouTube, but send me a DM on Instagram through Profe. So PROFF. Sorry, I believe it's PROFE dot uh Carlos, something like that. Wow, I need to memorize it. Um, but yeah, I think. Wow, it's 10 minutes. I thought it would be more. You're just gonna have to hang out with me for a second as I think about what we should do. Right now, earlier I skated at Hollenbeck Skate Plaza. It's a local skate plaza. I grew up skating. I will set a timer for a minute, and then I want to go have some breakfast with family. And after I went to El Sereno Skate Park, which is a skate park pretty close by. Um, I got another hour in, and I was feeling a bit drained. So as much as I want to skate more, so I can progress, and I understand that I'll be working against myself in many ways, especially considering that I'm not in a position to just skate the whole day. I need to work, have other responsibilities that I need to attend to, and so you know, here we are. But hopefully, I can get out there around like 6. Doesn't get dark till like 8, so I'll probably be solid till then. Mm, but for now, yeah, this is part of the responsibilities, and like I said, once this goes live, or if this goes live at all, make sure to leave comments on what you kind of want to talk about, what you want to see, what are some things you're struggling with most, and we'll go from there. It's really just the beginning of, you know, something that I feel will be very insightful, helpful, and resourceful. Also, I want people to come back to these videos and really understand that it's much deeper than a foot placement, or even you either have it or you don't. We can always build things. Some of us have things built, are predisposed to certain talents or genetics or whatever you may want to refer to, but we can always build, we can always learn. Again, you don't have to, you may not learn at the same rate, but you can be more effective at the rate you do learn. So that's kind of where I'm getting at. We gotta be introspective, intentional about our practices, and in a way optimistic, and maybe delusional if you're someone who is just so new to this kind of possibility of growing and becoming a better skater. I think it might take a bit delusion, a little bit of delusion, but nonetheless, it's about being optimistic and also ready to learn. um yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming on, and we will continue this. Have a great day.